Hello, welcome back to the Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I have decided that I would like to do a little bit of grinding because I had the opportunity to do some recording and I was like, let's take advantage of this. So to upgrade to the Buster Sword Plus, I'm going to need some Pelagasite ore. Pelagasite ore, like I was saying before, rhyming, comes from the flooded forest and is underwater. So I see no reason why doing this gathering quest shouldn't give us the opportunity to find it. Lovely. So let's go see. I can't remember 100% of where all the mining points are, but I know they're around. I think there might be one here. I'm pretty sure there's some in 3. There might not even be one here, right? Okay. Is that it? Yeah. So we need 3 of the Pelagasite. We have 1 now. Let's keep on going. All right. Now, okay, so I guess I have lied in that was not underwater. But Pelagasite, for some reason I recall, is a water associated item. So I guess in my mind it's, for some reason, that's just what it is. It may be a needless or incorrect association. Sometimes you can't force the brain, stop the brain from making those. Am I crazy? I thought there was some 3. Yeah, there's this fish. There is that. But there's none of the purple that I was kind of expecting. Whatever, I guess. Onward. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe 5 will have some. And the ultimate purpose of this is that the weapon that we're currently using is just not strong enough. I kind of have a weakness for strong weapons in that I love them. I love the impact of a really well-used greatsword. It's so satisfying to just drop a huge blade and then wreak devastation. But to do that, you need lots of damage numbers. Big number hit hard. So I am always in pursuit of getting ahead of the curve where possible. Now, we've been doing pretty good in that I think we have, what, 2 already? Yeah. So really, if we can get 1 more piece this gathering quest run, success has already been achieved. That's everything I need. So let's hope. Pelagasite. Nice. Okay, we have satisfied the parameters of our own personal mission and gone on to succeed additionally by gathering extra. My dog is just happily destroying a beef cheek roll beside me. The little dude is a corgi. He just turned a year old a few days ago. Now I have had him for going on 8, 9 months now. He's my first dog, and I'm sure it'd be kind of funny to chart my reaction to it all, even just based on these videos. Because I had I guess what you would call puppy blues. Now I look at this little dork now and I wonder, how did I ever, you know, worry? But when you don't know, you don't know. And I never had a dog before, and I don't have kids, so the strain of that restriction, even if it's not all that huge, ultimately, really felt heavy. So it took a little bit to adjust to. But now he's just this great little dude destroying some rolled cheek beside me. And it's good to be able to relax with a dog now. When I first started in recording, I was like, oh my god, is he asleep? Is everything gonna be okay? Am I alright? And now it's like, just kind of much chiller. I know that he's fine. He's had a walk. He's been able to go out. He hasn't had an accident in months. You know, it's one of those things where he potty trained himself pretty quickly, which I was pretty worried about. It's like, how are we ever going to forge this association between always going outside and never going inside? And he just got it. It was like very, very quick. And then even when he was really puppyish, like really young, he would still signal to go instead of just like going inside. There was one or two instances of like learning, but he got over it very quickly. Cool. Well, now we have Pelagosite ore. The main benefit of Pelagosite ore is that we can go over here and upgrade our weapon because we have all of the other stuff. Now we have a Buster Sword Plus. Moving on up in the world. Buster Blade is not going to be for a little bit because Isium is a relatively valuable ore at this stage in the game, and that's fine. Now we're going against I'm gonna put on some pants that are slightly better quality. Kind of an odd statement. All right, just to have a little bit of defensive capabilities. Because Baroth is what we're gonna go fight next, and Baroth, I don't know. It's weird because I fought so many Baroth as an adult now, right? Weird statement, but it's just the reality of it. I've played a lot of the game, and I fought against a lot of Baroth. I've played all the higher rank Baroth, and I fought them, and you know, it's something that I'm comfortable with, but I feel like I always remember this fight early on in 3 just being rough. Simple as that. I have some ore, but that's fine. I don't need to worry about getting rid of that right now. It's not so much that I'm gonna get like stuck. You don't have... No. That's cool. Alright. We'll see how hunting the Baroth goes at this point. It could go really well. It could fantastically fail. Now, it's not to say that Baroth is like, especially low rank, he's not brutally difficult. Just it's easy to underestimate how much damage he is going to do, I guess. Um, and he also has an annoying level of defense at this point in the game. Like playing Greatsword, I don't even have green sharpness yet, so. So there we go, Vera. And as you can see, he's a big boy. He also gets covered in mud periodically. And will go down under the ground. So he has a few different things going on for him. The biggest health pool of any monster that we have fought in so far. Not that it's super significant, but it is the biggest of things we've fought. And generally, I think everyone has their favorite type of monster, right? Do you like fighting things that fly a lot? Do you have a propensity for fast monsters, slow, underwater, above water, fire, ice, whatever? We tend to have a certain type that our brains just make sense with, you know? It's like we all gravitate to a certain type of sport because the asks of the sport just make sense. Generally, I'm not saying we're all sporty people, I'm definitely not, but some make more sense to me than others. Same thing with monsters. For me, I've never really 100% connected with fighting brute wyverns. I'm just not excellent at it. Oh, I got broken out and then I got put back in. So I can use cleanser to get out, but I'm gonna, avoid that where possible. Oh. Okay. Ow. Alright. I was thinking too, it might be fun to change it up, because I was gonna do some grind in between episodes, and I saw that I had some extra time to do recording. So it was kind of like, well, okay, what could I do if I wanted to use the time to do some recording, right? Obviously I can go and do this, but I thought, well, if I'm not grinding out for armor and points right now, wouldn't it be fun to, like, consider doing bear off armor? Because even when I'm playing casually, I almost never get it. But it's actually pretty strong. It looks pretty cool. It's relatively well suited to a Blade Master. So it's kind of like, is that just the right choice? My dog is playing with a squeak toy, so that may be coming through. Yep, my dog got to have a nice big Christmas too. It was his first Christmas because my dog is born on the 29th of December. Now, that's a few days after Christmas, so he was a winter dog. But he didn't get to experience Christmas. Now, this year, this Christmas past, he got to partake with my family, and everyone likes the dog. So he got a lot of attention and gifts, and I think he had a grand old time. He is now playing with a very stuffed shark that has a squeaker in it, of course. And I think he's just self-soothing right now. He's like the food dispenser is talking at a screen. You know what's weird too? I had a last episode, I had a pixel that was dying. I have done nothing other than keep the screen on. And it's like not there. Now I'm not gonna complain, right? It could just be that it's flickering between life and death. It could just be that it was actually I didn't check, right? I didn't change the application to see if it persisted. So it could have been somehow like an artificial dead pixel. It could have been a thing, right? I don't know. Who knows things? Yeah, my dog really wanted to be in this video, so he's squeaking his thing, you know, he's contributing. It's his way of saying hello. Oh. Oh, hey. Okay, sweet. Perfect. This is why you should not look over at your dog mid-bear-off fight. But sometimes you got it. That's life. Actually, I think generally one of the worst things about Monster Hunter games is that they can't be paused. Now, there are ways to circumvent this depending on how and where you're playing the game. Obviously, like if you're emulating your copy of an old Monster Hunter game, then you can just pause from the software. It's possible that if you're playing Monster Hunter on a PSP, right, that you can use the suspend function built into the PSP, and Monster Hunter, in my experience, responds incredibly well to this feature. I played a lot in junior high on my PSP. I would like bring the game. I'm just gonna hold my position here. That's probably the best option. Yeah, I'd bring my PSP to school and play on lunches just to see if I could get like another hunt or two in, right? That would have been Freedom 1. But I was always surprised. I always expected, like, eventually Monster Hunter is gonna like glitch on me and completely fail, right? Like it's just gonna not work as a result of the suspend function constantly being used and the power being put to sleep, and it's just like, no, never did. I can't recall a single time that my PSP ever like failing me. I actually, realistically, I can't recall the PSP ever having like a negative ever. Like the PSP, I think, was way ahead of its time. If you're, you know, enjoying a Steam Deck now, it's because of the PSP. At some level, I have to believe that. Because it just showed how you could run something like that. Like, there was tons of options, and you know, like people even tried the Steam Deck before the Steam did. They just like nailed it price and hardware spec wise. And then I guess as well, I think what Steam did really, really well is that it created its own operating system and allowed that to be a really lightweight way to handle the software. Because like, I'm a Windows guy. I like Windows. I like the interoperability of Windows and different versions of programs, and you know, there's a lot of benefits to Windows that, because it's such a staple, we kind of take for granted. But largely, you know, it's the biggest operating system for a reason. Linux is awesome. I have used a few different versions, I guess kernels of Linux, and I've played around with the SteamOS as well. And I have to say, it's a pretty cool operating system. I think it's well built and well implemented. And I'm excited for the day when there's a official, not out-of-date desktop release for SteamOS that can be used, and people can build, you know, their own Steam boxes. Because I think that's gonna be the thing. While I can see that I like Windows and I'm a fan of it, and I build my computers on Windows, you know, the downside of Windows is that, especially nowadays, it's a pretty bloated operating system. And even if you take the time to untie as much of that bloat as you can, some of it is just how she goes, and the way through is to overcompensate. Very much like somebody driving a pickup truck when they don't have a construction job, but they just have crappy roads everywhere they live. That's very much dealing with modern Windows. And that, like, should you logically still be able to get a good experience out of 8 gigabytes of RAM? Yeah, you should be able to. We should have been able to keep up with optimization so that low spec enterprise computers, retail computers, mini warehouse computers, all of these things that get pushed out into huge fleets of IT systems, but maybe aren't being taken care of, or maybe aren't getting the highest level specs. You still need an operating system that runs, in my opinion, really well on a 2 gigabyte RAM system with integrated graphics. You want the OS itself to be so lightweight that you can run it on a toaster. And I really think that is, beyond all things, awesome. Now, you know, scale up appropriately. Have an OS that, if you know, you have a big fancy multi-core processor, can use that and use it well. If you have a fancy GPU, you know, and it has a bunch of like CUDA cores or whatever it is, it has a dedicated encoder, use those things. Scale up to use those options where relevant. But at a base level, you should, in my opinion, be able to get a really good experience out of low, crappy specs. Otherwise, you're just leaving behind a huge amount of users who maybe aren't performance focused and are like singular goal focused. And you still want an OS that works well, so you don't invalidate a bunch of computers. Now that's me being a nerd, right? That's somebody who likes bringing old tech around, you know, like I want to learn how to repair capacitors and stuff. Like, I'm really into repairing old hardware. So of course I think that keeping stuff relevant and keeping it working on low spec is important. You know, that fits my personal nature. But it does make sense for a lot of businesses, and I think you could like convince people to move OS or buy a new OS or something like that if, you know, they can keep older computers. Companies like tech debt. If you don't know what tech debt is, it's like the world of hardware and software moves on and you haven't. And that can be operating systems, the hardware in your machines, the capability of your machines, the speed they work at, something like that. Tech debt can cover a lot of capacities and a lot of facets of technology. So the tech debt for an OS may be that, like, you can't use certain features, or maybe certain programs no longer support that operating system. So you maybe, like, you know, originally you're a year out of date with things, and that's not so bad. You don't need to alleviate a year of tech debt. That's like getting a new phone every single season. It's just not required. You can, but the gain is minimal. The issues come where, you know, you get to that 5, 7, 10-year point, and then tech debt becomes more significant because it kind of increases at this multiplier that isn't just 2x or 3x. Sometimes it can go, you know, 10. And what I mean by that is more, look at the difference between the machines that were running Windows 98 and maybe Windows 7. You know, I think that's about, what, a 10-ish year gap where maybe a business didn't want to update all of its computers. And now the difference is, like, you know, 512 gigabytes of RAM compared to maybe 4 gigs in standard mid-end machines. I think around the time of 7, 8 was becoming standard or slightly high-end, and 16 was like really badass, and then 32 was like you're an editor or something. Now, there are things that go beyond that point, right? And there's always been people who want to push the furthest ends of extremes, but we're always going to kind of be caught by the lowest common denominator when it comes to technology. Ooh. And by that, it could be, you know, now it might be, if we look at video games, it could be we're all facing the tech debt brought on by the Series S. I think that's what it is. The Xbox that's digital only and isn't at par hardware-wise with the Series X. But it does mean that any game that, you know, needs to run on all of those platforms is kind of suffering from the tech debt brought on by the Series S. So it could be that there's certain methods of accessing storage, or maybe there's a larger video cache utilization that isn't getting used because it, you know, has to work on something that can't use those features. There's always the potential of options like that. Okay. There we go. Always nice. So the Baroth ultimately was conquerable. I think the major issue there was just that I don't have a lot of healing, right? Like, I don't have potions at this point in the game, which is so odd that I can't just buy them. Ah, well. Good fight, though. I'm glad that it's taken care of and it's not as bad as I thought or potentially foresaw, so that's awesome. Okay. But yeah, I think it would be interesting to, like, maybe make some armor out of Baroth instead of I don't know, like one of the raptors or something like that. All right. Nice. They're off life. Save my progress. I will save my progress. Hey, this guy has something to say. Ooga ooga, idea for new mask. Gurgle gurgle. Oh god. Vocal tics. Into Cha-Cha's brain like tsunami. Finally crafted mask. Make a big stimulation to appetite. Hunt her tummy rumble. Cha-Cha lead plans with village chiefs junior. You already see plans? Must check. Alright. I'll take all of that stuff and monster fluid. Thank you, sir. Jeez. Welcome back. Now, work varying that bear off. I sent off another letter of recommendation for you and your trusty liaison, me. We should hear back soon. If all goes well, you'll be approved to hunt in a new region. Isn't that exciting? Go, pack your bags. Actually, why don't you relax for now? Soak in some hot springs. Get a Moga-style massage. Yeah, right. You've already got more work. Next up, a gobel. These suckers are large leviathans living in the flooded forest. Don't need a book to tell you that. Why am I not using my notes? I went a little crazy while writing them. The lines got so small that I can't read a lick of it anymore. Bummer, right? So, do you know how much info I can give you today? Diddly squat. How'd you like that instant, decisive answer? I should go into management. Anyway, quests. Alright, so now we have the urgent quest to hunt a gobel. We're not going to do that right this second. You cannot sell me potions yet, can you, lady? Oh, that's okay. I'm sure I could, like, make the stuff. Thanks for coming. Our little cat, a little rug rat, Chakabaku, or whatever he's called, brought me plans for a new mask. I can make it, as long as you bring me the materials. How about you get right on that, okay? See, the villager requests. Let's see how the woods look. Alright, so lots of fun stuff. Yeah, I haven't really gone back to the farm. Grains. If you're looking to scratch up some energy, then nothing beats grains. The Moga Village Farm is proud to be pesticide free. Why would we spray with toadstool insecticide, huh? Don't be fooled, it just because. The crops aren't perfect. Our wheat and rice are mouth-watering. Sorry, I got skittish and hightailed it away when the earthquake struck. Shameful, I know. But from meow on, I'll be right here, working my tail off. Would you like to change my name? No, your name's fine, bro. There you are. I'm much obliged to you. The guild sent me a notice saying you took care of that herd of Jaggy. Mighty kind of them to do all formal like. But I would have preferred a visit from that cute receptionist gal. Anyway, I wanted to give you this bomb casing I made to show my appreciation. A bomb casing on its own is as dangerous as a declawed feline. But you can combine it to make all sorts of bombs. For starters, try combining it with the flash bug. Sounds like fun. Yeah? You know, Hunter? You're alright. Alright, time to get agricultural eaten. Alright. Yeah, I can grow blue mushrooms? Alright. I don't know. Yeah, do 3 cycles. Yeah, I want more blue mushrooms. What? Oh, this is... Oh, it's using resources. That's cool. Alright. Hey there, well looky here, another of my felines has come stalking back to the farm. Now, we can grow you even more crops. I figure, seeing the argosy trading with the village has given the felines some backbone. They're starting to come back. Just bring us the herb or seed you want to cultivate, and while you're off questing, the felines will get to growing. Make sure you go meet the feline that's just come back. You gotta be friendly with the hired help, I always say. Now, if you could just inspire that last feline to hightail it back here, you'd be able to grow more crops at once. Until then, we'll keep doing our best with what we have. Oh wow, he had a lot of dialogue. Well, how about that? A while back, the itinerant cook asked me to start growing rapscallions, some kind of veggie. We just had our first crop. It makes my mouth water just thinking about all the victuals you'll rustle up with them. Now you'll be able to munch on dishes made with rapscallions whenever you visit the canteen. Why not pay him a visit? Lovely. Well, it's worth doing then, because I wanted to increase the benefits of stuff. Very specific of me, right? All right. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's, I don't really like, I'm not gonna make anything out of this, I don't think, so let's just do this for now. And accordingly complete some stuff. So a shroom box, done. A new insect box, done. There you are. I got breaking news and a new request for you. It's the farm hunter, the farm. We're going to majorly improve the insect box. We can breed more bugs. Believed? I told you this was huge news. Just bring the resources and materials and we'll do the rest. I cannot wait. I've made a list of everything we need. I know you're busy hunting, but we're talking about serious bug business here. Alright, so I don't have dung. I need another cactus flower before we can do the honey box, but that is actually probably worth doing. So I'll keep that in mind. Okay, yeah, because honey is really useful late game. It's worth it to collect as early as viably possible. As early as, is that a word? Is that a phrase? Is that how we can talk? All right. I was curious too. I'm gonna put some stuff away here. Cool. Oh, might as well drop a quick save. You never know when it's going to become relevant. Okay. Now, I want to just test something, because I'm pretty sure I can, but, yeah, I can go solo to the big city, right? I just want to see if I can buy potions over here. Cool. So this is Port Tanzia. Domo, this year's Port Tanzia. Very big place. Many merchants from all around the world gather here for koke, means commerce. But you probably want to go on a quest, yes? Head to tavern across the bridge. You find guild there. No problem. and townsfolk always there to advise you if you get lost. Aha. Okay, now this is not what I actually remember, funny enough. I remember a different place. Maybe it's different in 3 Ultimate? Or maybe it's the multiplayer one? I don't know. Sweet to meet ya. I'm the Meow Man who runs the courier service. We link up hunters from all across the land. There's tons of ports on the sea, and different hunters operate out a different each and every one of them. Of course, many hunters are too busy stuff. Okay, blah, blah, blah. If you have a Monster 3U 3DS, you can exchange. Okay, cool. So it's like guild cards. Okay. Yeah, you just found the world's greatest wandering hunter instructor. Must be your lucky day. I was once a wretch like you. I eked out a living hiking from village to village, instructing wannabe hunters for zennies. Each day, wondering where I'd get my next meal. They say money can't buy happiness. I say poverty buys plenty of unhappiness. Then I heard about this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Folks were claiming you can get bargain brews at this port. If my negotiations go well, my new address will be on Easy Street. Maybe I'll name a wing of my mansion after you. I think this guy's the instructor for Monster Hunter 1. Looks like him. I'm being asked a question. All right. So, this is effectively a place you can come to do all of the stuff you can do in single player, but guildy. I believe we'll be coming here later in the game. Hey, I can buy dung from her. But she doesn't have the big dung. Psycho serums and farcasters, that's nice. Okay. Now this is to the tavern.
Hi.
Oh, I'm a clerk here at the guild store. Okay, what do you sell? No, you don't sell... I wonder what this does. Huh. Okay, Arena Guildmaster Quest. Welcome, rookie. Here to register as a hunter, are you? You've come to the right place. Oh, excuse me, but being the head of this hunter's guild is thirsty work. Takes a lot of caffeine to bring hunters together. Yeah, that's what you're drinking, caffeine. Port Tanzia is a real hotspot for traders and such, but the hunters have really taken over lately. It's their base of operations. This city was built on the back of nippers like you. And the more you hunt, the more Tanzia prospers. Make for good grub, too. We guild folk are here for you every step of the way. You just worry about improving your skills and completing hunts. Anyway, no need to work up a lather yet. Just poke around for now and get a taste of things. One more thing, see that gong behind me? The guild's pride and joy, that is. If you give the gong a ring, you'll summon hunters from out in the land to the Spear Port. Nothing beats hunting with a pack of pals. It's a real learning experience. When you're at your own multiplayer port, you can ring the gong whenever you like. Music to my ears, it is. And there's a whole lot of other rules and rituals and stuff. Check your hunter's notes if you're thirsty for the nitty-gritty. All right. Oh gosh, guy has a lot to say. Shame on me, I nearly forgot a crucial piece of information. What, you play Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Nintendo 3DS too, eh? I do own it, but that's not the purpose of this Let's Play. Okay, buddy. Hi, this is the arena. Oh, a new face. You must be fresh off the boat. You know this is the arena counter, right? You're still a rookie after all. The arena is home to hunting you won't find anywhere else. We pit hunters against monsters in front of a roaring crowd. Our audience wants to see a battle of wits. They demand true hunting rather than reliance on fancy pants equipment. Food effects, they don't work here. Super duper armor, not my arena buster. You use the gear we give you to slay monsters. An experienced hunter can handle any situation. But you, well, you look like you could use a little seasoning. Still, I won't stop you. If there's an arena quest you want to try, just tell me. Oh, and your times will be recorded on the leaderboards too. I'd be happy to show them to you when you talk to me. Okay, so this is the arena. The arena is cool. And these are standard quests. So I'm not going to bother right now. Garçon. Welcome to the Tanzania Grill, the only guild-certified 3-star restaurant in Tanzania. I'm the new garçon here, and you're my very first customer. So here's a little present, like a tip, but from me to you. Okay, so this is Tanzania. Cool place. We'll deal with it more later. Excuse me. Okay. So let's see. Armor. Oh wow, look at that. This thing actually has pretty good water defense. That's cool. So I can make just the bear off mail, but I guess that's what I wanted to do. So let's start there. Yep, I will equip it. And this is what we're starting to look like. And we'll get some cooler stuff too. Let's see now though. Well, I guess, sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained. What am I looking for over here? Dung, cactus flower. Let's go see if I can quickly get a cactus flower. Yeah, I imagine it's somewhere around the sandy plains. So I'm just gonna go investigate a few flower points here on the map, and we'll see what we get. I know this is not flower points, but where Noblo stuff comes up in armor all the time. So why not get some while I'm here? Okay, I figured those would be considered plants to gather from out here. Clearly lies and slander. Why would I ever think such a thing? Nope, none of those are gatherable. Let's head on over here. This looks more like wood, but it is immediately what I needed. So, sweet. Who can complain about that, really? All right. The mud. I think you really only get the mud from fighting bear off. I don't think there's any other method to get it. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, well. We have what I need, so... Oh, God. Oh, ooh. Sorry about that. I imagine everything looked weird for a second, but we're all right. It was just an update for something popped up. And it's never what you want. Ah, well. Cool. We'll grab this and then back over. Nice. Turn that in. Now we have our cactus flower. What more could a man want than a cactus flower? Cool. Pretty happy with all that. I'm really ultimately just happy that I got a bear off, you know, like sometimes early Monster Hunter can be harder than late Monster Hunter, if that makes any sense. Because at least with late Monster Hunter, you know, you kind of have the opportunity to do more stuff, right? You can find different things, you can whatever. Here, it's not exactly that way. So what can you do? All right. Now, let's do that. Perfect. Now, okay, if I leave and come back in, do I get the other cutscene? No. So we have the ability to grow mushrooms now. But we should also, I believe, have the option to get honey. So it'll all come in time then. In which case... what's out there today? Let's go see if we can fight that great Jaggy really quick. My guess is it's around area 6. So I'll go down through 2 to see if I can find it. Hey, look at there it is. Ah, whatever. We don't need it. Just figure it'd be a quick way, little way to get some resources. And wow, that Alprof is huge. What the heck? I'm not used to that. I don't know. That stands out as weird. That's big. Oh well. Yeah, let's just see if we can bully this great Jaggy into submission. Ooh, nice big headshot. Nice. Oof. Another good headshot. Ooh, look at that, already limping. Now he's gonna try and go to some area that's not obvious. I think it's gonna be 6. No, into 5. Interesting choice. Okay. Shame Jaggy life is weighs so little. 5 resources per. I ever wonder what Raptor tastes like, right? Like, they can't be wasting it. They've always talked about meals and stuff in the context of hunting. So there we go, 160. Now again, that's kind of like insulting to the Great Jaggy, because it means a single piece of Royal Ludra is worth more than the entire life of a Great Jaggy. Not to say that, like, what, the King's King's Beak, King's Crown, something like that you can carve off a Great Jaggy. I'm sure that goes for something, but I don't know, man. I'm just pointing it out that, you know, life is being a little undervalued. But then again, in a world where there's giant, you know, electricity lizards and flying fire-breathing dragons, yeah, I guess a raptor kind of ends up lower on that scale. What can you do, right? All right. To the village. Nice. Okay. Hunt report. Convert to resources. Send item blocks, curved fang, pink liver. Nice. All right. Well, that's this episode of Monster Hunter. I appreciate you checking it out. I might do some Baroth grinding in between this episode and next, but we'll definitely keep on going through the Moga Village questline at this point in time. Thanks for watching, and well, see you around on the next one. Bye.